Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And we're giving away 500 XRP. Yes, it is not a joke, it is not fake, and we're doing this giveaway live on video if we hit 1,000 likes within 24 hours. No, screw that, we're even doing it live in a live stream. We're just going to a random comment picker or something like that, and we'll pick a winner live. So you guys can all see how we do it. However, if you want to enter into this giveaway, which might be even a little bit more important, is you gotta go press the like button. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is you comment something down below. Step number 3 is you press the subscribe button, or you make sure you are subscribed with the notification bell on. Now, even though you don't need the notification bell on, you gotta put it on though, because I mean, every time I upload another video, it is important. We got some more crypto news which you guys need to know about. Today though, we're going to be diving a little bit more into the prices. Because yes guys, I find it kind of funny that I accidentally looked up the TradingView chart from a little bit earlier. I mean, because you can see the lines here we drew in a live stream a couple of weeks ago, I'm assuming. It's been a long time since I did a live stream, so it must have been weeks. And a fun fact is that a lot of our analysis still kind of remains, and my conclusion kind of remains as well. And that is what we kind of concluded back at the time. I think it was maybe even July when we made that live stream, but whatever. What we concluded in there was, all right, so we have a couple of different resistances and supports. Of course, they've all changed at this time. However, again, consider all these lines as either a resistance or support. In this case, this is resistance, 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 and this one can act as support. The rest has been broken as support. At least, yeah, we can consider this broken. I'll talk about that in just a second. So what we concluded back at this time was this little bar right here, which is at about 21 point something cents, has acted as a resistance and even a support for a pretty long while. Pretty heavy marker, pretty heavy point, pretty heavy price. And what we said at the time, I believe this was somewhere in either June or the start of July, was that if this mark gets broken, we're going to wait for one confirmation, and then I'm most likely going to be longing it, which we did. I believe, when was that video? I don't remember. I think it was then. Yeah, I think it was the 27th or the 26th of July when we talked about that I was buying into it quite heavily. So that was most likely right around 21.5 cents or something. I waited for confirmation and bought into this candle. It's just somewhere within this little small range of this little piece right there. You guys can see it. And what kind of happened from that point on forward is we said, all right, here's another resistance which has been staying for a little while. If we break past that one, we're going to stay in the long. Otherwise, if we get some big resistance there, or it's not going to hump as easy, we'll check back. I mean, screw past everything, and from that on forward, or point forward, since it also broke our other one, it was time to do a little bit more analyzing, because I mean, it broke past two of them in such a short time frame. You can see here, every time it pushes past, I just get happier. And these were also points at which I was fine, or at least it was fine for me to take some profit because we already were doing good. I don't know the measurements, don't know the numbers. If we went in from here, how can I do it? Hold shift and then do it? You can't do it while drawing, huh? Or is it? No, it is shift. Let me see. No, you can't do it. Okay, you can't do it while drawing. Let's just grab it here ourselves then. So from here to, I guess, the earliest point at which we could even sell was just an easy 25% in just like a week and a half or so, which would be pretty damn good. But we went and made another video, I believe it was here on July 31st or August 1st, talking about our next kind of strategy. And my strategy was, okay, there's another pretty big, at least point, which has acted as support for a very long while, but now has turned into resistance. As you guys can see, here it just broke the support and has never really come to test that point. This was February of 2020. Now, there's also a couple of earlier points, which are why these are red. These are the stronger points, at least, that we concluded earlier. And in my opinion, it was like, okay, so there is a chance we're going to be breaching past this point. and just continue the raid, or how would you say, continue the rush. However, I'm not that confident because it has broken so many of my personal crucial levels before. And, we'll see first and then we'll believe, right? So, okay, at this point, I actually did not exit yet, or maybe I did exit some. I don't quite remember, but that's not really important. What we concluded was, we're only going to go for more longs if what was going to happen here was we surge past with a good candle and some volume. I mean, volume, meh, not that good, but it was okay. It was not bad. It was not like sometime before. I know we didn't talk about that today, but sometime before where it's really a move that's not supported by volume. And this case, I would say, is not completely supported because it's really just an average candle, if not a little bit worse than average for the severity of it, as you guys can see. But then the day afterwards, the severity of the selling was even, I guess kind of weaker, because you would think with this huge of a shadow and this huge of a candle or movement in a day, it would have a little bit more volume, but yeah. So it's not that big of a move. It's not that crazy of a determination that we see right there. But what we concluded was, all right, if this first candle is going to go there, we're going to wait for a confirmation and then get going with the second rally of longs. Otherwise, we're going to either stay stagnant or start to sell with a stop loss like right around this area or something like that. Had the stop loss right there at about 26,666. I believe I put it at just for fun. And eventually it hit it. Now, what kind of the strategy was there is this resistance was broken, but in my opinion, even though it stayed above there, it wasn't really confirmed. And at this point right now, we can see that it fell back down. Even if you took this trade right here, the long, right, you could have probably, I believe this blue point was drawn right now. It was not actually any historical resistance or anything like that. You could have taken the trade on for a little bit, depending on what strategy you had. Let's say you took it from here up to the end. You could have taken maybe a little bit of a 10% profit somewhere along the way. That would leave you right there. You could have most likely made a little bit of a 10% profit. Probably would have taken, if it were me, like a 7% profit, because I would have just put those numbers in for 7 or 6% and then get out, because it's not a confirmed move. Right here, you would think, all right, we hit it 1, 2, 3 in one move though. 1, 2, 3. Dip below, okay, and at this point, again, hopefully you guys can see what I mean here. At this point, we only tried to test once, or at least we got back to it, which was fine. Second time, though, and I mostly wait for the third time, we already broke below it, which just shows me once more that this is not really secure, and then we fell back down. What you could have seen here, though, is that, okay, we are above this resistance, or now, I guess, above the support, and it really did not act too much as support. It kind of looks like it here, but it's fake in my opinion. And what happened is we were waiting for the confirmation. If you took the long, that is, then again, we're waiting for this. That's if you are going from the perspective of this is acting as a new support, then you're most likely going to be trading it once this bigger candle came along. And once this one comes, you're going to wait for support. Did not come as support, I mean a supporting candle, which is another red one. Did not come, as this one is not the first one to really breach our newer found support. It's this one right here. And if there's not a red candle behind it, yeah, I'm most likely not going to be too determined of that. Concluding though, because I mean, I'm rambling on a little bit too much of the nitty witty small stuff here, which does not really matter. In my opinion, we never really breached this level, or at least we never really confirmed this level. Look at the RSI here as well, guys. It was just literally overbought to the max. We got to about 90 on the RSI right at this point, which just shows me and is quite clear that we were just way too overbought. Way too overbought. This point right here, the buyers could not keep up with all that momentum, and thus we had to fall back down. Even though you can see, whoa, we did hit 32 something cents or something like that. It was not really supported though in the end, and that's now becoming more apparent as we see the bigger picture. Right here, there was more bullish thought, which could be like, all right, we're gonna surge past. Right now, though, a little bit of hindsight, it's not looking that great. Can we recover? Of course, guys, of course. I'm still thinking that this red line is the core support, which is all the way at 21 cents, but in my opinion, it's core support, because that's really where we were at before this bigger move even started. If we do breach that, I think some darker times will come. But as of this point, I'm not really convinced that that's really the case at all. If that does not occur, though, yeah, I'm pretty solid still with this one. This is, of course, on the daily time frame. We haven't even looked at different time frames, but that's just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what I've been checking out today. And it's all just fun and games because these are all lines I put in a month ago or so. I didn't draw any new lines here, no new resistances, no nothing like that, because they still apply to our current situation, as you guys can see. The analysis still remained the same, and you guys can check back and just confirm to see what we said is exactly how I'm explaining it to you guys right now. It's a situation, and by the way, this is not financial advice in no way, shape, or form. I'm just giving you guys my insights on what I see in this. If you think differently of it, of course, go ahead and tell me in the comment section down below, because I'm just a random guy on the internet, and I can be wrong all the time as well. You know, I'm just a human being. However, I also saw this thing on TradingView, which was choosing altcoins for trading and investment. And I thought it was pretty cool. So, it said here, choosing altcoins for trading and investment. Don't be fussed, pick a few options and find a neutral benchmark where no coins show distinctive features as the chart shows and start observing simple signs of an altcoin's strength. Strong alts falls weaker than others. Strong alts always bounce stronger than others. Strong alts may not fall with the market but remain flat. In rare cases, it may go against the market. And here you can see the 1 year performance of XDC, 137% in red. ADA plus 101% in purple. Ethereum plus 95% in blue. I'm assuming that those are the colors because of the way he did it. It's a little bit strange though, but I'm assuming that that's the case. Ethereum blue, ZAC orange, X or no, that's not it. Wait, XDZ, this one, Ethereum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's something a little bit wrong right there. I don't know exactly where he did it wrong. Maybe it's supposed to be XDZ. Maybe it's supposed to be a little bit like this or something like that, where the text is supposed to be on top of the line. I think that makes a little bit more sense, right? So it's just, yeah. Okay, so the colors still match then in that case. Okay, I did a little bit of an oopsie, but I'm assuming that that's the way it's supposed to be. This is a little bit annoying though, if you guys see what I mean. So XDC is supposed to be the red line, with ADA being the purple, Ethereum being the blue, ZAC being the orange, XRP being the white, EOS being the yellow, Bitcoin Cash being green. Man, they were still missing one. Maybe it's supposed to be one lower. No, I don't know. Okay, so when I was checking it out, I thought it was a pretty cool thing. Now that I have to look at exactly which coin is which, I started to get a little bit confused. Okay, so here it said, here XRP and Ethereum has shown the best resistance to market dips. Here XDC began to show its superiority, which is, again, most likely just the red one. That's what I'm assuming out of all of this. Here Bitcoin Cash and ZAC started to show the best profitability. Here ADA, Ethereum, and ZAC began, or ZEC, whatever, began to show their power to stay ahead of the rest, yada, yada, yada. I just thought it was a cool one, but now that I can't get the ratio correct, I'm getting so freaking triggered that oh, that's a little bit of a face palm. We can just see it here. Okay, my bad. I was too focused on getting this chart working. I'm getting so annoyed, guys. My fingers are not working properly right here to get this thing going. If you have a mouse, it's a lot easier. I have the MacBook thingy. What's it called? The Magic Touchpad or something like that. It's so okay. You guys got the idea though of what I was showing you guys here. It's a pretty cool thing to think about. And I recommend you guys to sometimes think about these things. Think about which coins could have the best profitability for you, and really which ones you should be going for, looking at the history of what some coins have done. Another thing I saw here was XRP USD 4-hour buy now bounce and short later, 18 to 32% gains, SLTP new. All right, so it basically says here, XRP USD 4-hour chart review, short-term plan, buy it now, 28.4 cent TP bulls plus 18% gains, and this is basically what he thinks is going to be happening. We're going to move from 23 cents all the way up to where is it at that he thinks we're going to go to? Yeah, about 28.4 cents. Heavy move, pretty damn heavy. You can see here a little bit of his stuff. Make sure you use a stop loss. He didn't really give anything extra on top of this one, except for fib on the no, actually just price levels and fib. That's actually basically it. That's everything he uses here. Pretty damn simple. Pretty damn interesting though if you think about it. And by the way, my analysis here is actually pretty bullish longer term, by the way, guys. A lot of people think I'm really negative on XRP, or I'm talking it down or anything like that. No, actually that's not really the way I normally do it. Normally the way is like, okay, so what's going to be happening is we're going to be testing it down here, and then eventually, you know, either going a little bit like this, or we're going to try and then reach for this newer level, or it's just a move downwards, move upwards, or something along those lines. It doesn't really matter. In the end, though, you guys know I'm really positive longer term. It's just a question of what's going to be happening right now. And in this case here, I'm thinking that this is a determining factor, this little range right here, depending on how long we're going to be trending in this little section right here. If we're going to be moving like this, I'll give you guys a new analysis back then, because again, then it's going to be with confirmations and things like that. All these moves from resistances and supports, they're not really confirmed by a second candle, which I normally like to abide by or go for. This one was kind of, but not really, again, as it's not the, it's this candle that really breaks out, which counts, which is why I'm still a little bit in the faded area of what to tell you guys about this one. I'm staying stagnant for this one. I'm assuming we're going to be going even a little bit lower. However, you can see here these shadows here, or the wicks, they're pretty long, and I mean they're all kind of the same. The price is really not going below this little area. I mean of about, let's see here, about 23.6 cents. It's really standing above there, which may be something to look further into a little bit more down the line. Might look into that a little bit later today, just to see exactly what's going on right there. At that point, maybe it's a longer resistance or a longer support that I've missed. But it will be very, very historical, though. It would have to, again, go from all this March stuff. Could be, though. I'll see and I'll check it out for later. For right now, though, I'm assuming that we're most likely going to be going sideways for a little bit. If not, I'll update you guys as soon as possible, but that's what I'm thinking. Then I actually saw this on Twitter, and I have another video in the making here to talk about some stuff, and I don't know if I'll upload that video earlier or later than this one, and so I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of the story and let you guys decide. I just saw this from Brad Garlinghouse. We've all seen the stats. Companies with diverse leaders and board members are stronger, more strategic, and equitable for their workers or workforce. Today's pledge for Board Challenge is one step of many Ripple and I are committed to pursuing to prioritize D&I. So the Board Challenge here says black leaders are significantly underrepresented in American publics and private boardrooms. It's time for change. Learn more about the Board Challenge. And I don't want to say anything about what the Board Challenge is doing, or really if it's good or bad or anything along those lines. Since I'm not here to give my opinion on those things in these videos, I want to stay as objective as possible in that sense. What I do want to say, though, is that there was a lot of hate in the initial tweet from Ripple. Let me see exactly if I can find it here. Yeah, so right here I can see a lot of hate and a lot of different talks. However, I do think that Brad Garlinghouse did save them a little bit by just kind of giving explanations for why they're doing this. So here, basically, the response was, this is openly racist. You know, if you're just going to deny somebody who's, not what you're looking for because of their ethnicity or color or things like that, which is racist. That's like the opinion I've been seeing from a huge amount of people. Again, this does not in any way, shape, or form represent my opinion. I'm just reading up what I found for you guys. However, I think Brad Garlinghouse saved himself from those comments. Again, not my opinion, giving it to you guys what I find, by saying this, that they've seen the stats, and from a statistic perspective, they're doing this right here. All right. Companies with diverse leaders and board members are stronger, more strategic, and equitable for their workforces. So basically, out of the statistics, it has shown that this is the best for their company, so they're doing that. And that's, again, a little bit of a question you're going to have to ask yourself. In my opinion, that is my opinion. It might be a question to ask yourself, because I always want to push thinking. I don't want to shout out any racism or anything along those lines. So you guys get me. I don't want to let out a controversial opinion in that sense. I do think anybody should think about what is considered a bad choice, and really, why would they do something along those lines? Because in my opinion, it is really Ripple who can decide, and really bashing them over on Twitter is not going to help anything at all. It's just maybe to show your opinion to the rest of the people, which could be cool. But also, them announcing this publicly means that they are behind this choice, and they most likely have done it for some bigger reason. And in this case, Brett Garlinghouse says here that it is because of the stats. And is it then a good business decision? Is it a philanthropical decision? Is it to go along with the movement? Is it for goodwill? What is it for? All right. Again, don't think about what I think about all this. Just ask yourself, which is my recommendation, in my opinion. You should be asking yourself, what are they doing this for, and why are they announcing it publicly? Think about that one for a second. If you've done that, go and at me on Twitter, though. Tell me what you think, why they're doing this. Let me know. Let me know what you think. What to expect after a NASDAQ correction. Pretty interesting article, all right? Pretty damn interesting. You guys know what I think about this type of stuff. You guys know what I think about this type of stuff. What to expect after a NASDAQ correction. I'm just more so interested, though, in what does this all have to do with crypto. Earlier, we explored the correlation between crypto and stocks and how they've really, really grown. I think it was this one right here. Correlation between Bitcoin and S&P 500 nears all-time high. Right now, though, we're more so exploring of, I guess, let's see here. Ryan Dedrick says, another record for 2020, and this one isn't one to be excited about. It took the Nasdaq only 3 days to go from a new all-time high to a correction down 10%. The good news, the other... What? Oh, I pressed. I was scared to... I thought my computer was being remote accessed or something like that. I was scared to... Okay, I didn't expect that one. The good news, the other previous fastest corrections ever saw extremely strong returns out to a year later. All I'm thinking about this one here is big moves in the US, big moves for crypto, right? Which doesn't really follow along with what I've said in the analysis, but I do think it normally fits. And thus I'm pretty excited. I'm still watching. I'm really watching with a keen eye. Right now, I'm still thinking about getting myself another position, though. I mean, because there could be another breakout, right? Don't get me wrong, guys. There could be another big breakout, and I want to be part of that. But right now, I'm just not sure exactly what's going to be happening. Thus, I'm staying on the sidelines. Sometimes a little bit more obvious than other times, and I'm more of a conservative trader where I'm really taking a lot less trades, but a lot more certain ones to, I guess, just be more sure about things like that, right? But again, I always follow strategy, which I always recommend you guys to do as well. This video is not financial advice, purely for fun, right? These videos you should always just watch for fun. Hopefully you'll learn something new that I find online, which is objective or somebody else's opinion. But please don't take them as financial advice, because that would not be good. That would not be good. Also, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's more stuff coming out, as you can see right here. We got a lot of cool stuff. I talk about a lot of cool stuff every single day, guys, as you guys know. But again, hopefully you all enjoyed it. Take care and have a very, very jolly, wally, good old day. Have a good week, everybody.